guys, welcome back to Just Jordan 33, week 34, 35, and 36.
And that was weird. And we are Jordan's family, so this is our sister Audrey, mom, dad.
La Familia.
So Jordan is serving a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and she is almost halfway through her mission, and then
Spanish.
she will be back here in person on her channel.
If she chooses to.
So
Maybe we'll just keep doing it.
we'll just keep
So Jordan is currently at home.
Jordan's behind the
We're
camera.
spying on her. Okay, anyway, we're going to start off with week 34. That's my update, and I'm pretty much going to read it. It's a long update for this week. She had her transfer to Des Moines, Iowa. Now, she was in Iowa City, Iowa, and she got transferred to Des Moines and is loving it. She said this week was a normal missionary work week, visiting and teaching lessons, but she loves it so much. She says being a missionary is the best, especially when you can get comfortable enough in the language where you can finally understand the conversations. So she had a little reflection back to her process of learning Spanish. If you're first new to this channel, she went
Spanish.
she's serving a Spanish-speaking mission in Iowa, and so when she first started her mission, she went to Mexico to what is called the MTC. It's a mission training center, and she was doing a lot of deep Spanish study there, and so she says, I think back to the MTC and how shocked I was at the speed of the classes. I remember being so tired by the end of the day, but also impressed while watching my classmates and the speed that we were learning everything. What would take us months before only took one day. God 100% was helping us. Then she says she gets to her mission field and she had some hard times and some tears and some language barriers, and it was really hard because people speak fast, and she wasn't in the classroom, and she had to know it, and she was like, hit the ground running. And then after that, she had turnaround training, so that's where the missionary companions that trained her when she first got there, then she got changed to a new companion, and she had to train that person because they were brand new.
So
Yeah,
you got a newbie training a newbie.
Yeah, so it's like, because she just barely got there herself. And she said she was petrified. And this is her words. Like, I don't even think I could describe how scared I was. I felt so incredibly inadequate with kind of everything, but especially in the language. I knew that God would somehow make everything work out and that I just needed to exercise more faith. But it was still so intimidating preparing to be a trainer and to lead lessons in Spanish when I really didn't know how to communicate with our people still. I remember doing an English fast the last day of my training, and although there weren't any major... So wait, I better back up. An English fast is where they go a week without speaking any English. So it forces
Only
them
Spanish.
to do their Spanish. Okay. She says, I didn't notice a surge of heavenly help right after when I became a trainer. It was actually wild. My Spanish didn't become perfect, and I didn't magically become fluent overnight or anything, but I all of a sudden found a new confidence in current Spanish skills I had. I noticed that our people began to understand more of what I was trying to say and realized that even if I didn't immediately understand everything, I could ask questions and figure it out. I feel as though because we spend the week praying and fasting from English, the Lord truly did bless me with strength to somehow do what I before thought was impossible. He didn't take away the problem, but he opened my mind to a new way of doing things and really, really did help us so much. And she says, now we are in Des Moines, and I find myself laughing at jokes and talks in church, and she can actually understand what's being said, because for the first while, she would go to church, and she would be able to get the feeling of everything, but she would not understand any of it, because they go so fast talking.
Yeah.
So it's hard. So she says, what even is this? Sunday was always my hardest day for about the first 5 months of my mission because I didn't even know what was going on every week. Then she says, I think a lot of times it's easy to get in the habit of expecting the hand of the Lord to be something super big, expecting some miracle where he takes away our problems or immediately makes things easier. Although he most definitely can and does do that sometimes, that's often not how he operates. Sometimes it's a search. You've got to look in the details to see him. I can promise once you do, you'll realize that he has literally been there the entire time. It's our own blindness that keeps us from recognizing his presence in our lives. Anyways, that's one of the things I've been pondering about. Haha. If we stick through the hard parts of our lives, faithfully trusting in God, we will come to realize that they can be used for our good and teach us important lessons. God sometimes doesn't take away our problem, but rather he gives us the strength to overcome. Trust that the Lord will make you stronger and it will in turn get easier. That's her thoughts.
Yeah.
Week 34, pretty good. So overcoming a lot of those Spanish challenges, those language barriers.
Am I 35?
You're 35.
All right, here we go. Week 35. Dun, dun, dun. She says, I don't have much to say. It's super speedy week. But what she did say is that she got a new assignment as a missionary. She got a calling to be a social media missionary. And what that means is she now gets to be part of putting posts up on the mission Facebook page. And then let's see, during the week they went and did some service with a member. And then they went to a party. So they had what they call a fiesta. And one of the members brought a whole bunch of clothes that they could dress up in, and so they were like all into it. So it was actually really cool. They helped cook food. And then she says, this week was awesome per usual. So she's got a really good outlook on things. Being a missionary is so hard, but so good. And then she's looking forward to what is coming up, which is called General Conference. And I want to tell everybody what General Conference is. Each year, during the first weekend of April and October, the leaders of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints hold a worldwide conference called General Conference. And then over the span of 2 days, messages are shared on how to find peace, hope, joy in Jesus, and how to strengthen families by following Jesus' teachings, and how to receive personal guidance and inspiration from God. And so that's what General Conference is. So Jordan was really excited to watch that, and she says she wants to hear what your favorite parts are. And that's how she left that one. So that was pretty cool.
And this past week was probably her shortest email she sent yet because she was super busy. She has a lot of things that she has to get done on P-Day. And so one of them is writing emails, but along with everything else she has to do. So anyways, she wrote that she just got transfer news. So if you don't remember what transfers are, it's basically where they switch companions and or they switch locations too. So last transfer, she was with a different companion, a different sister, and in a different area. She was in Iowa City, now she's in Des Moines, and she really wanted to stay with the same companion in the same area because she loved it so much.
Really well.
And so they just figured out their transfer news, and actually everything is staying the same
For them.
for them.
Others
Another
got
month.
transferred, but they didn't.
Which they were not expecting. Jordan thought she was going to move to a different area or train a new missionary again. But nope, she is staying with her current companion. And she said General Conference was so good, but she's going to give more thoughts on it in her next email.
Okay, so those were the updates for the past 3 weeks, and if you notice by the pictures, you'll notice that her current companion's face is not blurred. We got permission, Jordan did, and passed it along to us that we don't need to blur her face in our videos when we post them. Now, I do try to blur everybody else in the photo, just out of respect and privacy, because I know not everybody wants to put their faces out there on YouTube, and so that's why I do blur faces. It's just out of respect for those who maybe don't know that I'm posting these updates.
They probably had no idea you're doing it.
Yeah, so anyway, just to clear that up, there is permission there. Anyway, thank you guys so much for supporting Jordan. I know she thinks of you guys and she loves you and misses you, but thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.